Alright, what's up guys? This is third video, Dangerous Power G4, basic maintenance. Alright, what you're going to need is your 5 Allen wrenches, the gun, the barrel, thin lube. I use Planet Eclipse gun oil. Other people use baby oil, but the people at my paintball shop, it's just Matt Sporting Goods in West Haverstraw, New York. Great place. Yeah, they recommended this. Like $4 for it, kind of expensive, but whatever. Alright, we're going to start off with the regulator. What you're going to want to do is take off your macro line. To do that, just right here on the reg, you're going to want to push down on this little tiny thing right there, washer board, and pull at the same time. It should come off. Watch out for these threads right here because they are sharp, and I have cut myself right there. See? Yeah. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is take that off. I already unscrewed it. Unscrew it. And then when you take it out, just take out these two parts. You might get a washer board, mine didn't, doesn't matter. Alright, this part of the rag you might want to just put around some lube right around here. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to put some on because I already did maintenance on this, so yeah. Alright, so once you put that away, alright, then what you're going to want to do is put some lube right here on the O-rings, right around here on the and on the threads, and right on top of here and over here. You might want to put like a dot or something, like a drop inside of here if you want to do that. This little orange piece right here, you want to get thin lube all over this. Then you want to get some around the O-ring, and then the spring, just wipe down with the old lube and make sure they get on the new lube. Yeah, just do that. Alright, just give me a second, let me put this back together. Okay, so as you can see, I got my regulator back on, macro lines back in, nice and snug right here. Yep. What you're going to want to make sure is that the regulator right here and here, they're airtight, like they're really tight, they can't do it anymore. You want to take a strap wrench and strap it back on, because that regulates the air, so if it's not airtight it will leak. Next, I guess we'll move on to the bolt. To take out the bolt, you're going to take your biggest Allen key and you want to put it right into here. I don't know if you can see, that might be kind of bright. Right into there, and turn counterclockwise to take it out. Let me get mine out and I'll show you in a second. Okay, I'm back. I took out the bolt cap. Alright, so for this, what you're going to do is wipe down the old lube, maybe put a little bit on the threading right around here and around the O-rings. That's all you're going to need for this part of the gun. And now for the bolt. This is for the standard bolt that came with the gun. I'm not sure if you have like the hush bolt or anything, if that's even out for the gun. But what you're going to want to do is take your finger or something, put it right in here, and just push down on the bolt. It should come right on out. Alright, this is the standard bolt. As you can see, there are no O-rings in here, so people are going to say, oh cool, no maintenance. But the truth is, there are 4 O-rings on the inside of the gun, on this, right along the frame. So what you want to do is wipe down the old lube and put on some really thin lube right around here. You can get some on the rubber part if you want, but I don't. It's not a big deal. And yeah, so let me put this back together. To put it back together, what I do is take the cap, take the bolt, take the top of the bolt right here, put it right in on the cap, make sure it's nice and like this, and then from here you can just put it right, drop it right in, and then use the biggest Allen wrench again to tighten it, but this time turn it clockwise. Let me get mine back in. Alright, I got my cap back on. Next part, like small, very basic maintenance, is just right here on the barrel. Want to get some thin lube right where the O-ring is and on the threads. Maybe a little bit right here if you just want to go in easily, get away the squeaky noise. Next part is really just wraps on and off ASA. What you really got to do is just put a couple of dots of lube right there in the metal and everything. and then just make sure it's nice and lubed up, and it should be fine. When you screw in your tank, you might want to get like a drop right here on the threading, get a drop on your nitrogen tank threads also. Next part of maintenance, I guess, would be the clamping feed neck. What you would want to do is first open this up, and you would want to, sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, unscrew this, and you would want to just, don't worry, done this before, comes out easily, you don't need to be a pro to do this. Feed neck doesn't come off, it just moves a shitload. Alright, I cannot do this with one hand, let me get it out. Got mine off. Feed neck turns as much as you want, doesn't come off though. Alright, then got this part right here, this part right here. I put a very small dot of oil right there in the middle, I don't know if you can see that. Then on this part, you might just want to oil it up, just very little, that'll be fine. Alright, hold on. And then to put it back together, all you gotta do is just take the clamp, put it around the feed neck, and put the bolt right on right here, put the bolt right back onto here, and screw it on. Alright, I got my feed neck back on. Another thing I forgot to mention, you might want to get like a dot of lube right here on the inside of the thread when you put on your barrel. Alright, there are other maintenance parts, but like for the ID tents, the eyes, and all that kind of stuff, I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want to. Kind of annoying and everything. And then basically, for this is sort of to your preference. There are 4 trigger screws right here. There's one right there, the dark one below right here, one right there. This one right here, the shiny one, that's not adjustable or anything. Then the next one is right there, you can see it, and there's one right on top right there. I think the first one, I'm not sure, you might want to look in a manual, forgot what it does and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, what I would recommend doing is, before like I end this video, when you first get your gun, within the first 7 days, go onto the Dangerous Power website, hit support, hit register your thing with the code right below here, so that way if something happens to your gun or breaks, you could send it to them, they could fix it for like no charge, I think. And oh yeah, what you would want to do is, if your gun came with a battery, throw it out, it's really shitty, and get yourself a nice one like a Duracell or an Energizer. I'm using Energizer. And basically what you want to do is tighten these 2 bolts right here, and this one, because they come loose and just a pain in the ass when they come out. What you would also want to make sure that your ASA is nice and snug. If it's like about to fall out, you might want to tighten it right here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all for like basic maintenance. There is a solenoid in here, the manual, and everyone says recommend that they don't do it. So yeah, this is a pretty basic gun, works well, great. It's around $300, but it's like, it works as a $500 gun. I would recommend anyone picking this up. The only upgrade you would need is probably a longer barrel, but stock barrel, 13 inches inside the gun, 14 inches outside. It's perfectly fine with just about anyone. And some people are confused outside. This is not a switchblade trigger. This is a regular, ordinary trigger. It is magnetic with a micro switchboard, but it's not like the Fusion FX where you could turn it to your adjustment, whether you like it to be bulging out or indented. Yeah, so remember, regulator, be nice and snug, macro line, nice and snug, ASA, oiled, bolt oiled, feed neck oiled, this oiled. And remember, every time you do maintenance or when you first get the gun, wipe down every single part with a napkin, so that way all the old lube is off and all the new one is on. If you have any more questions, message me or leave a comment. If you're wondering what lube, recommend Planet Eclipse, very thin lube. If you're looking for any other videos, what I recommend is looking up Mike from TechPB. Cool guy. Liked his videos. Pretty good. The Mask and the Gear Bag show and everything. They're really good shows. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, and signing out.